Hello Nigerians, I want you to know that the Fulani sees Nigeria as a Muslim country. I want you to know, have it at the back of your mind, that an average Fulani, an average Northerner, and their leaders, they see Nigeria as a Muslim country. If you leave the southern part of Nigeria and move towards the north, different mentality, different perspective about Nigeria. You see, we're all seated here and we think that all is well. I saw a tweet from a supposed Northerner, an influential Northerner. He made this statement after the United States revealed that some of its agencies are sponsoring Bokoharam in Nigeria. So he came out and made this statement. He says, a Christian country, the US, was sponsoring terrorism in a Muslim country, Nigeria, making the mistake calling Nigeria a Muslim country. Now that is an affront on every Christian and other religions in Nigeria, other practices in Nigeria. We have told you that the average mentality of a Fulani person is that Islam comes first and erases every other identity. It is a tool for subjugation. So somebody from the north who has tasted power and he's orgasmed, this is their mentality, that Nigeria is a Muslim country, even though he's just saying, he's not saying the truth, even though this is just false. United States that is calling a Christian country is a secular country. United States is a secular country. Now, Nigeria is also a secular country. When you look at the statistics, we have more Christians. You know, when we are doing census, Christians are usually truthful when it comes to counting Christians. The number of people, the population, you have access to count Christians. You go into Christian homes, you go to Christian populated areas, you have the opportunity to count them. But these ones that are calling Nigeria a Muslim country or what have you, we have data. And when you tell some of these officials, go and count some people in northern areas, some places in northern Nigeria, you see some allergies, some people will tell you that our religion does not support you seeing our wives. You need to stay outside. Let us count them for you. Let us count them for you. I have told you, and I'll repeat it. So far, a religion tells me that I must lie. I am permitted to lie because it involves an unbeliever. Man, that one off me. I had respect for that particular religion, but I came across when I was doing my research that you are permitted to lie when it have to do. So if I am with an unbeliever, I can be manipulative. I can be untruthful with an unbeliever. I can possess that trait. So you cannot call Nigeria an Islamic country. Nigeria would never and can never in 100 lifetimes become an Islamic country. I've told you, we need to change this system. The people we are joining hands together, they join our heads together, they don't have the same mind that we have, the same mindset that we have. Their plan is to subjugate us. How does Nigeria become an Islam or Islamic country? You see now, Muslim ticket. We allowed Muslim ticket. But they from the north would never allow a Christian ticket. They will never. They will go rampage. The kind of resources that southern Nigeria has, if the north has that kind of resources, my brother, Nigeria will be in another level. The north will not be even complaining about the tax bill as they are debating at the House of Reps. They will not be complaining about the tax bill. If North has the opportunities the South have, they will not even follow us and talk too much. This country, they will have restructured it a long time ago. That is why they are looking for ways to make sure that they Islamize southern Nigeria. These people are not playing. I will say it, I will continue to say it. These people are not playing. If you think they are playing, you are joking. So now the United States revealed that some of its agencies are sponsoring Bokoharam and a supposed Fulani or Hausa. Because I told you, because I believe this guy should be Hausa-Fulani. They are mixed. Hausa and Fulani, they don't enter themselves. And I pity for the Hausa people. They will continue to be in that bondage because that is their destiny, to become servants to the Fulani people. So he's coming out to say that US sponsoring Boko Haram, a Christian country sponsoring a Muslim country. Look at the mentality. Now you're not talking about the fact that your Muslim leaders were cooperating with external forces to destroy a country because they have an agenda. Your Muslim leaders were supporting Boko Haram and other. They just started some under Tinubu. Look, two organizations just sprung up under a Tinubu, and the northern leaders are there. The only person I knew that really was doing a wonderful job before the Sultan of Sokoto started shouting, "They are killing our people, they are killing our people," was Ihe Jirika. And they made sure that they pressured Jonathan to remove him. And this is one of the things why these northern people, these guys, fought Jonathan and never wanted Jonathan to complete his second term. They said that he has done 2 terms, one for Yaradua and everything, all those arguments. As I don't like Tinubu that much, I know why I'm supporting Tinubu. Tinubu is a leader that sprung up from the southwest. He might do his 8 years, but these Fulani have been there for a very, very long time. So anybody that God is going to use to make sure that he clips the wings of these people they call Fulani, these Fulani jihadists, fundamentalists in Nigeria, anybody that God is going to use, I'm in support of that person. I'm in support of that person. Now, statements like this can cause chaos about whether Nigeria is a Muslim or a Christian country. A particular head of state and president took Nigeria to register Nigeria at OIC, an Islamic organization. You see, they will play the politics with different excuses. If you have been with politicians before, you understand what I'm talking about. Politicians have excuses for everything they do, whether evil or good. If a politician does something that is bad, he has excuses to give you to escape being held responsible for the evil that he has done. You cannot hold a politician under this Nigerian system. So a particular head of state took Nigeria to go and register at OIC, Organization of Islamic Countries. Another president came. All these people with their northern agenda. There's no difference. So those that went to school and those that didn't go to school, there's no difference between the two of them. All of them see Nigeria as an Islamic country. Now, instead of them to be talking about how come our leaders are sabotaging the economy of the north, how come our leaders cooperating with external forces to destroy the north, but all their minds, what their mind is going is like, so United States, a Christian country, is sponsoring Nigeria, a Muslim. Look at where their mind is going. If the government were to be a government that is responsible, heads should have been rolling by now. Heads should have been rolling by now. Remember that Binance executive allegations he put on the NSA, the Nigerian Security Advisor. Man, I read that piece. I'm still thinking. I'm still trying to put some things together to understand how come. I know these things can be true, or even they are even true, because in the Nigerian context, anything is possible. I've told you, I've had an encounter with ordinary police, small me. Some 4 years ago, I had an encounter with police. What I heard the police tell me at the counter, I believe this Binance executive guy, the guy that was detained, he said he was illegally detained, and they were hiding him. They were trying to extort him $150 million, something around that. I think I don't get the actual figure, but they were trying to extort him, House of Rep members were trying to extort this guy. Now the office of the National Security Advisor was prosecuting this case. Instead, they should talk about how politicians are cooperating with external agencies to further destroy the little things that they think hold Nigeria together, because Nigeria is not one. As all these things keep unfolding, you see, sometimes we thank God that Tinubu happened. You know why? Most things are exposed. We now know the true color. We know the true color of people, but it is coming to light. It is coming to light. We now know that some Yoruba leaders do not have honor as claimed. We now know that do not have true intentions of Islamizing Nigeria. They always hide it. They are perfect at hiding it. Every of the leader, whether Atiku, whether Erufai, whether Kwankwaso, any of the leader, whether it is Zulum, Bago, the Niger State governor, you know, this one are potential presidential candidate. They are preparing for presidential candidacy, and these are the people that we carry and put at the helm of affairs. Why would Nigeria move forward when some people, they see Nigeria as an Islamic country? No wonder you have Sharia in your constitution. Some students, political science students in universities, it got to a point, we were having a conversation. Some political science students in southern universities never knew that Sharia was part of our constitution until something happened. These northerners, they know their onions when it comes to religion. They are being educated by their BBC, whatever. These external forces see the northerners as a tool to always carry out their nefarious activities in Nigeria. How can northern politicians who claim that Nigeria, the unity of Nigeria is non-negotiable, the unity of Nigeria is non-negotiable, you are saying the unity of Nigeria is non-negotiable, but you are actively working against that country? What is the interest of the Fulani? For those that don't understand, the Fulani interest is the interest of Uthman Dan Fodio. Uthman Dan Fodio is Islamic jihad. Islamic jihad is Islamization. That is the grand. And in Nigeria, every Islamic movement, Fulani is always at the top. So it favors the Fulani. In Nigeria, in politics, Fulani is at the top. You think that what Tinubu is doing, and that's why we need to step up as Southerners. We need to step away from all these petty Igbo, Yoruba, Igbo, Yoruba. You do Igbo, Yoruba, Tinubu do 8 years, then somebody else will come and they will start flogging you people. Because I know of a sure that the Fulani would not let it slide what Tinubu has done to them within these 2 years. They should wait till 6 years they come. They will not let it slide. They want to also treat the Yorubas like that, and maybe try and bring in some people from the southeast or south and use the kind of gimmicks Tinubu is using on them. Look at the GMD chair of NMPC that may replace Kiari. He's a Yoruba northerner from Kwara State, and the northerners, the Fulani will be looking. So this man is playing games with us, Abi. Okay, because we call Kwara State North and there are Yorubas in Kwara State. You now went to Kwara State and pick a Yoruba man and you call the Yoruba in. You see the games. Fulani don't forgive. They are just like the Igbo people. Igbo people, we always have a time for payback. We always have a time for payback. Especially when we see that you still have that tendency to do evil. If your tendency to do evil is no more there, we might forgive. But when you see that you have the tendency for evil, there's always a time for payback. If it's 1,000 years, the Igbo people have a time for payback. That is why we said, if you can leave us in one country, we and the Fulani, if they like, let them import themselves from all over the world into that same country. We will contain them because we understand how they behave. We understand the message. They cannot enter us just anyhow. The reason why you see that they are Igbo Muslims, they are this or that, it is because of the Southwest. It's because of the alliance. That's why you see Igbos are being subjugated in a way. If it's for like we, the Igbos, and the Fulanis. Whatever, who is the strong man? Who are they? But they align with the south, southwest. They align with other regions to subjugate. So we don't know who is going to, they are going to hit directly. Whenever they want to perpetrate their evil, when they wrote their Sharia, when the Sultan of Sokoto and all those Islamic people want to write anything, they use an Igbo man. They use a Sultan. They don't come directly. That's why it's very, very hard for us to have to hit them where they need it most. So because of the alliance, so if they are going to do anything to the Igbo people, they use other people to, the Fulani send somebody else message. They don't come directly because they know if they come directly, we'll give it to them back to back. Because of alliance, that's where we are today. If not for the Igbo people and some south elements, Nigeria would have been Islamized a long time ago. But see, I hate to say this. The southern Nigeria, we are dumb. We allowed all these things because of the greediness of our politicians. Power in a temporary Nigeria. You are looking for power in a temporary Nigeria. A Nigeria that works against the destinies of its people, its tribes, its cultures. A Nigeria that an average southerner would not achieve his goal in Nigeria. Forget all these things you are seeing. No. Go to the House of Reps, the Senate. Look at the schools that we have in southern Nigeria. Look at the schools we have in northern Nigeria. Look at the kind of students we bring out, both in southern and northern Nigeria. Look at the first class. Look at the kind of people that have appointments in the government. It just seems like the southern people are just going for school for nothing. They go to school, at the end of the day, they are not employable. Nothing happens to them. They just result into Okada riding or one or two things. But go to the north. Someone that just manage. They push up. They can't go put for ministry. They fix them in different places of government. So going to school in the north, it's better as a northerner. Your future is bright. But as a southerner, in the same Nigeria, that our southern money is being used to hold the country. As a southerner, you are going to school in southern Nigeria. Only God will help you. Now God in heaven, now will help you. Whether you go even get a job or even get something that is befitting. You have to know somebody. You have to sweat. You have to do a lot of things. But in northerners, Minister of Education, when did the northerners start going to school compared to the southerners? Don't we have people that are qualified in southern Nigeria? I'm not talking about the Igbo people because all those one we know the plans. We are waiting for the best time to strike. We are not going to be so. We are doing our things low key. We are watching. It's the best time to strike. And like a wise, let me not even go there. So these northerners, they believe they own the country. If you leave Ogbomoso and go to Zamfara, you'll be asking yourself, so me and these people now, we there for the same one Nigeria. Me and these people, they for the same one Nigeria. For those that have not traveled, try as much as you can to travel to the north. And you see that Nigeria they different by different. All the niche. Oh yeah, to see around. Nigeria is different from Nigeria. So let us keep deceiving ourselves that we are one. Keep deceiving yourself. Nigeria is different from Nigeria. The Nigeria of the Fulani is an Islamic country. But the Nigeria that I know is a secular country and is a creation of the British to always put us in bondage, and the Fulani are willing to. It's a shame. It's a shame we have certain politicians that are always intimidated by their northern counterparts in the Senate and the House of Rep. When you watch the session in the House, you see the intimidation. The northerners with pride wear their cap, wear their own clothes. Our Igbo brothers just started learning it now. Instead of the northerners, they should wear, instead of a northerner should wear your own attire as a Southerner. They will wear something close. It has been a very long time for me to see a Northerner wearing an Ishiago. But I've seen our Southeastern lawmakers, whoever, wearing the attire of the Northerner. The Northerners are proud in every section of the country. They are wearing their attire. Even our Southerners, even pride in wearing. The Yorubas have started doing the same thing. But our Igbo people, they are just like, whether they are orphans. From now on, I've said it, I'll be wearing my Ishiago, Omenala Ishiago, so that it is going to be clear that nobody is greater than anybody. Now, with this kind of mentality, I understand what I'll be doing very soon. Very, very soon. These guys, they know nothing about, they don't come close to the southern part of Nigeria at any level. They don't come close in any level, in any ramification. You see them where you see them today because of one Nigeria. They don't come close. They're just like people. It's just like a rat race. We the Southerners, we're not seeing this as a rat race. We see it as something that you need to take your time. But the Northerners, they will be rushing. They're rushing. In the same place, they will be rushing. They will be rushing like whatever. The Southerners are just so civilized that, but now it's not time to be civilized with these people. Because these people, if you leave them, so have it at the back of your mind that Nigeria is not an Islamic country. You Fulani, Nigeria is even more of a Christian country. Very soon, you see it come into play.